that was, 1998 was the year when everything really ratcheted up, wasn't it? In so many levels. I mean, only a few, couple of months before that,
Yeah.
as I said earlier, you were the referee when Stone Cold, Stone Cold, Stone Cold won his
Yeah.
first world title. He
Yes.
beat Shawn, and obviously Mike Tyson was the enforcer. Now, the night we're recording
Yes.
this is the night before Mike's big match. By the time everyone listens to this, they'll know whether or not Mike's comeback success has
Right.
been.
I'd love to see Mike Tyson when
Yeah.
working with Mike Tyson and stuff. And
What
it
was
was
it? What was it
great.
like to work with Mike over
Oh
that
God, it
period?
was Ben, it was fantastic. Like here I am, right? I get this call and I got to do the match because Earl got sick, right? So he had an aneurysm and stuff, and I
Mm.
had my certain matches on the card that night. But then I get a call from Pat Patterson, Michael Hayes, and them guys, and they said, "Hey, Chioda," they said, you're doing the match at WrestleMania, Stone Cold Shawn Michaels. We need you to do that match." And Phil, I said, "Sure, hell yeah, no doubt, be a pleasure, you know." Um, so now at this point, I'm like, wow. I'm like, wait a minute, Mike Tyson's the enforcer, right? I'm like, this is phenomenal, right? I'm like, huge fan of Mike Tyson. You know, back in them days when Tyson was fighting, I remember missing a fight because I took a leak. And we paid all this money for the pay-per-view. And you couldn't really rewind it like you did before. You couldn't do all that back in the day. I was like not even a minute, and I
Oh
lost.
man.
I missed the fight.
No.
So ever again, I said, no matter what, I said I'm never pissing during going to the loo,
Absolutely.
going to the bathroom, man, and during a Mike Tyson fight. So Mike
But
Tyson shows up the arena. We have rehearsals, right, for this match, Stone
yeah.
Cold. And man, I'm here. I am working with Sean all these years since 1985, 86, when he comes in as the Rockers with Sean, Marty Jannetty and all that. And here Stone Cold made such an impact in wrestling, just man, what a unbelievable and selling out venues for us all over the world. And then you got Mike Tyson. So Mike Tyson shows up at the arena at the Boston Garden the night before we were going through rehearsals, and so we're all like standing there waiting for him, and he says hello to everybody, and he's like, "Hey, Mike Chioda," and I'm like, "What the?" I'm like, "What's up? What's up, Mike Tyson?" I was like, "What's up, brother?" Like, you know my name? He's like, "Bro, hell yeah, man. I watch wrestling every week." And he had this like real pitch voice.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Holy shit." And I'm like, "No shit." I'm like, "Yeah, I know who you are, man. You're like one of my favorite referees, bro." And I'm
Oh
like,
wow.
"Damn, well, you're one of my favorite boxers." It was like, well, "Let's have a good time." And I was like, "You sure will." Like it was just great. I didn't teach him how to count like that though. If you know, that's how he slid in, counted real
Yeah,
fast.
that was a very fast count. Yeah.
That was a very fast count. I didn't teach him there, but it's all good, man. The match worked out great. I took the squash in the corner,
Well, I
and he
mean,
comes.
the match is a marvel, really, because Shawn Michaels had no business being in there. I mean, he was
Right,
so injured, wasn't he? And
lower back,
I've
yeah.
heard Steve talk a lot of times about how they felt that was a disappointing match, but we just had to get through it. When you see
Right.
kind of, I've seen clips of like those two working matches in '96, like the
Hmm.
match that could have been, but no
Right,
one cared because the 3 count was delivered. Stone Cold was
right,
champion, but
exactly.
um, clear something up for me because the rumor's always been that concerns that Shawn wouldn't do business that night and that Taker was there behind, kind of taping his
Yeah.
fist up and all that kind of stuff. Was there concerns and was there a backup plan in case he didn't lay
Um,
down for the count?
I didn't feel it that night like I did in 1997.
Hmm.
Oh, it felt different in 1997
Hmm.
in Montreal because I was supposed to be the ref coming out at the end and never even got to that spot. I mean, Brett had pulled me over that during that day and said, "Hey, did anybody approach you about anything?" And you know, he said he talked to Earl, and Earl swore on his kids. I swore on my mother because when me and Joey and being cat, just swearing your mother, you means you're not lying, you know.
Hmm.
Um, so because I didn't have any kids, so because nobody approached me, but I knew shit was going on. I knew something was going on. There was too many side little meetings I seen going on here and there before the match, during the day, before everybody was. It was tension all day. I didn't feel it that night like I felt it in the screw job.
It's
Yeah.
funny because you
Sean
watch.
did business. He worked. He tried. He was dealing with a lower back issue really bad. And remember, you got to remember those days where there weren't that much training in the training facilities where they get you prepared like the NFL teams, had.
Mm.
What year was this again? Let's see. Boston Garden was
98.
98, so it
Yeah.
was right after the screw job. So, but like I just believe that Shawn Michaels, hey, he got his in 97. It was time for him in 98, right?